Fuse probability for possibility. Your God is only true in your imagination, and you're too dishonest to admit it. It is your dishonesty that makes you believe that there is a God. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Bamboozle that like button. If you come out, you go straight to your point. I don't feel like arguing with anybody today. I just need you to go straight to your point. I just need you to go straight to your point. Have I heard about Pop changing the Bible? It's not that I'm gonna burn, it's that you want me to burn. You notice? It's not that I'm going to hell, it's that you want me to go to hell because you don't like the fact that I'm telling you that your belief is wrong. You see what I'm saying? Why are you manifesting the hatred in your heart and try to put it on me when in reality, you can't even prove that hell is a real place? But you want people to go to a place that you ain't never been, you don't even know it's there? That tells me there's something in your heart. 1 second.
Okay, my father is my God, is my true God, my father.
No, sir, your father is not a God.
What do you mean? My father is my God.
That's just your imagination. Your father is just a man.
I don't believe in a spiritual being though.
It doesn't matter what you believe in. The point is, what's true, my brother?
Well, I'm telling you.
You can't tell me. Show me. You can't tell me that your father is your father a man in flesh and blood. That's not a God.
So who is God? Who is God?
God is an imaginary fictional character that religious people worship.
Okay. So do you believe in God or you know in God? You know? You know there's a God?
I know that God doesn't exist.
Huh?
I know that God doesn't exist.
Oh. But you're just talking about imaginary God.
All gods are imaginary.
Okay.
But thank you for your time, bro. You got too much noise in your background. What's up, man? Go straight to your point.
You said which God is a true God? What God are you talking about? I refer to him as a creationist. And that's all I want to say, the God of creation, the God of life. If you and I
There's no
can
such
agree
thing.
life is what it's really about,
There's no such
life,
thing.
come on, Bukanga. Life, life, life itself is God.
No, it's not.
So therefore we have to enact ourselves,
Life is not
Bukanga,
God.
we have to enact ourselves.
Life is not God. Life is not God, sir. You're wrong.
There's no logical God.
Or even an illogical God. Like, it's all fictional, bro.
You don't agree that it's not a logical God.
Whether it's logical, illogical, it's all not true. There's no God. There simply isn't a God.
Well, I enjoy your show, and it's no bad thing about it. I enjoy it. That's why I don't disturb it. Because because
Hey,
the
hey, that's fair.
because the because the challenge is you're saying who I am, I don't have to accept, and that's what all of us have to learn. We don't have to accept anything that we don't accept. I mean, we got our own
I
ideology
mean,
about life.
and that's fair. That's fair. But regardless, whether you accept something or not, it remains what it is. if it has power over you and if it's a fact that is
But see,
observable within reality.
well, the exemplification is this: what you state is a truth. Whether I ever understand it the way that I'm supposed to with you, I wouldn't want to come here and contest or contradict what you're stating as a truth. So you're stating
If
that
what I'm
life
saying is not
isn't God.
true, if what I'm saying is
No,
not
I'm
true,
saying
independent of my opinion, then what I'm saying is not true. What I'm saying has to be true, whether I say it or not.
that's what I said. All of us need to get to the mode where we just say what's true, what we enact or what we believe. And I say that. That's why I referred to life itself as God. That's what I say.
If you choose to see it that way, that means that there is something about life that you don't like, so you have chosen to redefine it.
That life ends. So therefore, I'm not arguing with the fact that life is God. I just don't want life to end. So if I don't want life to end, then I'm not asserting that God is who He say He is. That's why I told you. That's why the logic is in it,
That's fine. It's
right?
like you said, you
Okay.
don't want life to end. It is that desire of not wanting life to end that has made you redefine life, though reality states that life will end. So you see, it's fair. It's fair. When people become overwhelmed, we run into the depths of our mind to help us find a place of solace that will help us deal with the fact that we can't handle reality. But my point is, why is anyone having a hard time handling reality in 2024? I mean, there are some things that, regardless of how you feel, it is what it is. And instead of just laying down and making up stuff, just let the world be. Learn to let the world be. Learn to let it be. It will do you better in the long
I
run.
agree. No, I agree with that. That's why I said. That's why I said that I got two components of life. But if love exists, then hatred does as well. But if love is eternal, then hatred must be eternal too.
That's fair enough. Thank you for your time, my brother. I appreciate you.
All right, and I appreciate your show now. And I wouldn't come to to drop a thought about who you're not. It's who you are. Be God.
Hey, being God, hey, that's the imagination of a child, my brother. Unfortunately, I'm grown. I don't want to be God. I mean, if you find one, you let me know. Anybody that know where God is at, let me know. Shit, bring him here.
Conga, how's it going? Hey, can you hear me?
Been a long time, social fit.
Yeah, it's been a while. I got cancer and stuff, and so I've been dealing with that kind of stuff for a while. So I've been off TikTok here and there for a while. Anyways,
Hold up, you got what?
I got cancer.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's been a rough couple of months, but I'm okay right now. But I had to step away for a while.
Right.
But anyways, I wanted to bring something. So I had this thought process, and I want your opinion on it. So we know that you would agree that words have meaning, right? That people decide the meaning of those words. So I might say, this color is salmon, and somebody else might say that color is pink, right? But both words are correct, right? They're both true. Because the word to that person means that is that thing, right? You would agree?
I slightly disagree.
You disagree?
Yes.
Okay, so you would disagree that they could both be salmon and pink, that the color could be both things. Why would you disagree in that aspect?
Because it's not always so. It's contingent on the specific moment in time. Because it's also possible that it may not be that.
But if people define it as a specific thing, does that definition mean that thing doesn't exist?
That's pretty much what it is. When you miss
So the color doesn't exist at all. That shade of color just doesn't exist because their definitions don't align with each other?
that shade of color is not what they say it is. What they say it is different from what it actually is. Yes.
Okay, so then so what can it actually be if people can't define it? If we're unable to define it, then how can you say it's anything? What can you say it is that is an actual definition of it if you can't Like if we didn't come up with the color pink, if we didn't say that was pink, then how can you define it as something if you're not willing to accept a definition for it?
I will tell you what type of definitions I will accept. You see, we work with languages, and languages are pretty standardized. So unless you're trying to coin a new word and add it to the formal way of communication, there's no need to make up your own words for things that are already standardized, right? So yes, pink.
I agree.
Pink is a color. And if I'm talking to someone who has to redefine pink as blue, that person is clearly delusional about something, because we've already established what pink is, right? So, in fact, the fact that two people will see it differently is indicative that one of them is not living in reality. If you have
Well, no, not entirely. So think about pink and salmon are very close. They look, one is just basically a darker shade of pink, right? But if somebody doesn't know the word salmon, they could have for a very long time just called it pink, because it is technically still within the pink spectrum, so it could still be considered pink.
So my question to you is pink salmon? Yes or no?
Is what?
Is pink salmon?
Yeah, well, salmon is a specific color that is like a sub-child of pink, yes, in a way. But it's not exactly pink. It comes from that, like if you look at it, like people used to call it pink, just like people used to call green blue. Like people used to, a while back, people used to only say it was blue. Like there was no green, it was all blue.
That's fine.
But then eventually people began to like point out that, well, this blue is much different than this blue over here, and so we're going to rename this shade slightly different. We're going to call it green now. And so they did that a long time ago. And then like now they've begun doing it a lot more, you know, with all of the paints and stuff like that. People get different paint colors. So now they've been breaking them down even further. Like, well, this shade isn't quite the same shade as that other. So what was pink, now we have like hot pink, and then we have, you know, neon pink, and then we have salmon, and we have different colors because they're technically slightly different. So we've coined different phrases to represent those different shades of color because they are different, right? Now it used to be just all pink. We used to call the whole thing just pink.
I get it. If you don't standardize, then that's fine. You're not really making something up. But
no, I'm not. So what I'm saying is, if a while back people used to call the sun God, it provided energy to them. They looked up at it. They worshipped it. They called the sun God. The sun clearly exists, right?
Of course.
So then the word God in that aspect is true. That God does exist, does it not?
No.
The sun doesn't exist, you're saying?
Because the sun doesn't meet other qualifications for what those people thought that the sun was.
No. So those people believe that the sun provided life. That is true. The sun provides us the ability to live. No. Without it, we would be dead.
No, the sun does not provide us the ability to live.
Yeah, without the sun, please explain in science how without the sun you could have life.
Because life is also contingent on water, and water doesn't depend on the sun. So the sun doesn't...
No, there's multiple... I'm not saying there's not multiple contingencies, right? People who believe in God don't believe that there's only one contingency and it's God. People believe that we can't be alive. Like other people who are Christians even would say that, yeah, we're alive because we can breathe, we have air, but also because God created us, right? That's what they would say. Now, I don't agree with that. I don't think that God created us, but it doesn't mean that that's not a part of it, right?
If that's the case, then nobody's wrong about anything.
No, I'm not saying everybody's wrong. Like nobody's wrong. People can be wrong. People can be wrong because they can say something exists that doesn't actually exist, right? They can name something that's not actually a thing, right? But if somebody says that the sun is God, then in that aspect, a God exists. Not the one that everybody else claims, but no. That God technically exists.
No, not technically, because the sun is not a God.
But they call it a God. It's their terminology. It's like just because you changed pink to salmon doesn't mean that pink doesn't exist anymore. Just because you changed the word for your meaning doesn't mean that somebody else doesn't have that meaning.
Yes, and if everyone is allowed to make up their own meaning for words, like I said, then nobody's wrong. Because by what criteria do you then determine that somebody's wrong? Because I can just say,
Determine it based on their definition. So you have to go based on their definition, not your own. Like if you're speaking to somebody in a different country, you wouldn't say, "Oh, this." You wouldn't speak in English and expect them to understand you. You would have to speak in their language in order to have an understanding.
I cannot go by your definition if you didn't invent the English language. Then I don't know if me and you are even communicating in the same word. You might as well tell me to ask them to define every word they're using out of their mouth, because there's no way. Why do I pick and choose which definitions I go to them by? For example, if someone tells me a house, they don't really mean a house because they got their own definition for a house. If they say I live in a house, but they don't really mean they're living in a house. How do we communicate? How do we even get along as human beings if everybody just gets up every day and makes up their own meaning for things? No, the reason why in the 21st century we've improved in science is because of standardization. It's because there is a way for us to all see things the same way, and we have built our languages that way. If everybody is just making up their own meaning, bro, isn't that like the mother of confusion? Because one man can think that a color was blue and another man thinks it's red. You know what I'm saying? One man can think a car is.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
The other man thinks it's an airplane. So if we're gonna cater to people's personal definitions of things without creating a standard by which everyone must abide in terms of communication, because that's something that we determine as human beings, then we will all be confused for as long as we can be. So when you say an atom, I'm like, well, what's an atom? Well, it's an atom is not an atom to me. An atom is a living thing. It's a bacteria. It's a virus. You know, I can change in such a
Absolutely, but here's the thing. To exclude all of these different religious beliefs and different things would be to say that you are superior to everybody in a way, and that your definition matters, right? To exclude everybody else's. That's like saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, there can't be a Muslim God. There only can be a Christian God."
I don't have a definition because I did not invent the language that I'm speaking. I'm speaking a language which has already been standardized even before I was born, and that is the way that intellectual, intelligent people communicate. Because your purpose of communication.
Yes, I agree. And in English, the word God can mean the sun.
No.
Yes, it can. Look at the definition of God. It can include within its or statements. It can mean the sun. It can mean literally the sun.
No, it cannot. Okay, let's look up.
So in this aspect of belief, this is where I'm getting at, is you cannot be an atheist, because in order to be atheist you would have to say that there cannot be a definition that somebody can choose to say is God. You're having to say that only your definition can be used and nobody else's can. But what you can be though is you can be agnostic, and you can say that their definition doesn't mean what they say it means.
So Shafiq, if I identify as a child, you let me into the same bathroom as a child?
I'm not. If you identify, that would depend. Is it me going on based on mine, or based on your? Is it your culture that I'm walking into, or is it mine?
No, hold up, social fix. If I define myself as a 5-year-old girl, you let me into the same bathroom with your daughter?
So let's just I would say yes. In the hold on. So in specific countries they have different ages, right? Literally, what you're bringing up is true. So in different countries.
Answer my question directly, because I don't want you to escape the point, right?
No, I'm not. I'm answering it directly. So yes, in different cultures, depending on your culture, you might be considered younger than you are currently. Absolutely, because some places they only process ages every 2 years, not every year, and so.
Social, that's not what I asked you, my brother.
You asked me, would I allow you,
yeah,
based on being in your culture, to be in a room with somebody else?
That's not what I said. I said
based on your age, and would I accept your age, being an age? Yeah.
That's not what I said. I said if I identify as a 5-year-old girl right now, would you let me in the same bathroom with your daughter, unsupervised?
Yeah. Why not? You're human. I can't trust you to be a person, a good person.
So hold on.
Just because you identify differently.
Let's say not me, right? Not me. Okay, let's say not me. Let's say Jeffrey Dahmer. identifies as a 5-year-old girl. You're gonna let him?
Oh no. So if Jeffrey Dahmer, I know is a really like crazy person who like murders people. So like I'm not gonna let a murderer in my house at all. I wouldn't let him in my bathroom like with me. Like that's a horrible example.
Social faith. But Jeffrey Dahmer doesn't define murder as murder. For him, that's just playing. He's just playing. That's just a game to him. So why are you changing his definition?
No, I'm not changing his definition. He can say whatever he wants, but I'm not changing his definition. I'm going based on his other actions, right? His definition doesn't. He can think that he's a 5-year-old, right? That doesn't matter, right? It doesn't mean he's a bad person because he thinks he's a 5-year-old. But the fact that he unalives people, that means that he is a bad person, right? So the other aspect is what I would deny, not the aspect of him thinking he's 5.
That's not what I said. You said if someone defines something, it is true, right?
Yes.
So Jeffrey Dahmer doesn't define himself as a murderer. He defines himself as a philanthropist. So it's okay.
That's fine.
It's okay for you to let him into the bathroom with your daughter, right?
No, because I know that he unalives people, and I wouldn't want him to unalive. Even if he doesn't say it's murder, that's fine. He might not consider it murder. That's fine. We can agree that maybe it's not murder, right? Because he's doing it under a different aspect, right? His belief, right?
From his perspective, he doesn't unalive people because he enjoys it. So he's just facilitating your departure from this world.
Yeah, and I don't want the departure from this world. Therefore, I don't want her departure from this world either. If that's what he wants to define it as, I can agree in his definition that he believes it's not murder, it's departure from this world. That's fine. I don't want departure from this world, so therefore I wouldn't let him. It's not that complicated, dude.
No, listen.
It's about understand. Like you can't combine everything. You can't say that somebody. Hold on. You can't say that somebody who has a mental illness is also automatically something else.
Who are you to say they have a mental illness when, from your perspective, what they are depicting that you call a mental illness, from their perspective, that's supposed to be normal? That's their definition of how.
That's my definition. That's why, because I'm allowed to use my definition as well. Am I not?
So,
I'm in my space.
So you're saying that you're both right?
Yes.
Then that means nobody is wrong.
Oh, it doesn't mean so. You can have wrong and right, right? Morality is subjective. It's not objective, right?
Brother, but like
is morality objective or subjective?
If we don't define everything properly, bro, that leads to chaos. That's why, especially.
What do we have in the world? We have chaos. We live in chaos. The universe is chaos. It's not. There isn't a God guiding it. It's chaos.
That's not what I'm talking about. When I say chaos, I'm talking about how we function as a society, how we allow ourselves to coexist, right? Because
we don't coexist, though. Do we coexist right now with Palestine? Does America coexist with Palestine, or is America trying to wipe Palestine out with Israel?
Yes, we are coexisting.
So that we don't coexist. We are in the process of wiping each other out. That's not coexistence.
No. Take for example, right? Take for example. Are you saying to me that Allah is God and Jesus is also God?
I'm saying based on their definitions, they define truth. Hold on, they're both gods in their definitions. Yes, but they don't exist.
Are you saying that Allah is God and Jesus is also God? Yes or no?
But based on their definitions, yes. Both of them have a different definition for what God is.
Those definitions contradict. They can't both be true.
They are true in their respective cultures.
But they contradict. That's the whole point of a contradiction.
No, they don't contradict because they're two separate cultures having two different. They're different beings. They're different representatives of beings, both meaning the same thing. They both don't believe that each other's God exists.
You can't both be right. They're talking about the same thing while claiming different attributes. They cannot both be right, bro. They cannot both be true.
I'm not saying that they're both real. They are both true based on what their beliefs are.
No,
they're their true beliefs, are they not?
They're both claiming to be Abrahamic religion. So either there was a Muslim Abraham who is different from a Christian Abraham, but if we're talking about real people in the real world, they can't both be true, bro. They can't both be true.
No. So true and real are two different things.
That's the question, bro. Who is the God of Abraham? The Muslim God or the Christian God? Or both?
The God of Abraham?
Yeah, because like you're saying,
It's based on whatever culture you're talking about. Like if it's Abraham on the Muslim side, then it's the God that the Muslims are talking about, whichever ones they're defining.
Are you telling me that there is two gods for Abraham?
Sure. I mean, they're two different. I would say they're two. I would say. Hold on. I would say they're two different
Are you
Abrahams.
saying that there's two Abrahams?
Yeah, I'm saying there's two different definitions of who Abraham is. Yes.
No, definition. If Abraham was a real person, how can you define what a real person is as two different?
Provide proof that Abraham was a real person, please.
Okay, then that's why I'm saying that they can't both be true. They just made it up. So
They can both be true. They can both be. So can Spider-Man be true? Can Spider-Man be true? That if Spider-Man in the book truly wrote, like was written about. It's true. It's a yes, but fictional doesn't mean false. Fictional.
Fictional means not real.
Not real, yes, but not false. False and true are two different things than real and unreal.
Which is not real cannot be true because truth is facts.
No, that's not how truth works.
That's how truth works. That's precisely how truth works.
No, so it can be true that Spider-Man in the book, Spider-Man climbed up a building. In the book, that is true, is it not?
It is true.
Yes. So in that statement, something that is not real, that did not happen, is true.
Listen. It is true that that Spider-Man climbed the building in the book because the book in of itself is not true. That's why we call it fiction.
The book is fictional, yes, but the statement that Spider-Man went up a building in the book is true, which means a true statement can still be made from something that is false.
I cannot take that statement and apply it to the real world.
You can, though. You can apply it to the real world. You can apply the same thing. You can say that Christians believe in God is this, and that can be true.
You're talking about these religions as though it doesn't influence the behavior of people in the real world. I'm not separating the belief system in of itself from the lifestyle and what we see people do in the real world, right? That is the context in which I'm talking about truth. I'm not talking about truth within the context of a fictional world. Of course, it's true that Superman can fly in the fictional story, but it's not true that Superman can fly in the real world. That's what I'm talking about. I think that's where you're misconstruing it. Because
I understand what you're saying, but I think you're missing what I'm saying. I understand that you mean it's not true that Superman exists and it's not true that he flies, right?
And you cannot just come and say it's true unless you've established already what it is, right? So if we understand that it's fiction and then you mention truth, then we know you're talking about truth within that fictional sphere of things. And that in of itself.
Yes, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what religious people are doing. For us, they are talking about a fictional character. But what they believe that fictional character did, their readings of that fictional character, it's true that their fictional character in the book did this act. That is true. But it's still a fictional character, correct? That's my point. It's still just, we can say it's a fictional character, and that's fine, and I believe that it's a fictional character.
That's not what they're claiming. That's not what they are claiming.
I understand. We don't have to agree on claims.
No, listen. That's not what religious people are claiming, and that's not what I'm arguing against. I'm not arguing about if those characters did what they did in the book. I'm just telling you that they didn't do it in the real world. That's what I mean by true. Anybody can do anything in the book.
Yes, I understand that.
Exactly.
That's my whole. So that's my whole point. So if somebody says that their definition of a god is the sun, then the sun is technically a god in their definition, and therefore you can't say that God doesn't exist in that aspect because you would have to say that the sun doesn't exist. But in order for you to, all you can say is that you don't believe the definition. Am I correct? You can say you don't believe the definition.
That the sun is God. They are not talking about the sun in our sky.
What if they literally are, though?
Then it cannot be true because now
it can't be true that the sun exists.
No, it's not true. That listen.
No, what you say is you don't believe. Hold on. What you're saying is you don't believe the definition, which makes you agnostic.
That the sun,
not agnostic, agnostic.
God, and you're talking about a fictional sun in a fictional world that you made up. I'm not arguing with you about that if that's what you're talking about. But if you say the sun that's in our sky is God, you are 100% wrong. That's a lie. It's not a God. Because it doesn't meet the standard for which we define a God in our real world. So the sun cannot.
In their culture, it does. In our real world, in their culture, it does meet the definition.
Anyone who says that the sun is God in the real world is wrong.
Only based on your culture.
There's no negotiation. There's no negotiation. It's a fact because we can all see the sun, and the sun doesn't provide anything because the sun doesn't do anything with anything.
Yeah, and so if you say a color is salmon, you are absolutely wrong because in another part of the world they say their culture says it's not salmon, it's pink. So you are absolutely wrong if you say a salmon color exists.
You're not wrong. But if you're talking about salmon in a fictional book, of course, it will be true within the context of that fictional book, right? If you're talking about salmon and pink in a book, that's a fictional story. But if you're talking about the real world, you better be able to prove that it is that, and it better be observable. That's why we have checks and balances. That's why we have peer review, bro. That's literally how our system works. Islam.
Yeah, I know how it works, Bakanga. What I'm getting at is that you have to be agnostic to everything.
You might be misunderstanding how it works, social, because check this out. If Islam is true because Muslims say that it's true, find me someone that is independent of Islam. Let them verify if that's true. Because if what you claim to be true cannot be verifiable, if it cannot be experimented independent of you, it cannot be true, bro. That's literally how we establish truth. It's not a matter of personal feelings. Anybody can make up what they want to do. Are you okay? Check this out. Social fix. Social fix. I got a question for you.
I'm here. Yeah, go ahead.
Are you saying that the white man was true when he said he was superior to the black man?
I mean, he believes so, but do I think he is? No.
No. That's not
To me, no, but to him, yes.
But that's not what I asked you, social. That's not what I asked you. Are you saying that?
No, so we have a disagreement on terms here. I would say I'm agnostic. I don't believe that there's a definition that defines it.
During that generation, just like Islam, right? Just like the person who believes that the sun is God, they believed that they were superior. Was that true or was that false? Yes or no?
I'm agnostic to it.
Nah, bro. So now you're agnostic to it?
I'm do you understand agnostic, not agnostic?
No, bro. You were so sure. Why are you not agnostic to the sun being God? Why are you not agnostic?
I didn't say ag. I'm not saying ag. You're saying it's not with an A. I'm saying ig with an I. Ignostic. Not. I am definitely not agnostic.
What does that mean?
It means that I don't agree on the definitions.
But you just literally argue with me that you don't have to argue with people's definition. That's not what makes it true.
No, you can have a disagreement on definitions. I said that. I said you can have a disagreement on definitions. That's my point. Is you can only be agnostic. You cannot be. You cannot be an atheist and then say that somebody who's because of the definition, you would have to be agnostic because you don't agree with the definition.
Now you're fleeing because I gave you an example that puts you in a corner, right?
I didn't flee. I literally gave you my answer.
No. But your answer is dishonest when you compare it to the previous point that you were trying to make.
No, I made my previous point was that you believe it's true, they believe it's true. Mine is agnostic.
If somebody believes that the sun is God, is it true?
To them, yes, it's true.
The white man believed that he was superior to the black man. Is that true?
To them, it was true.
Does it make it true in the grand scheme of things?
Does it make it true in the grand scheme of things? I would say I don't know the grand scheme of things. I'm agnostic.
Okay. There is a white man today who believes that he's superior to a black man in 2024. Is it true or is it false?
Repeat that real quick.
There is a white man in 2024 who believes that he's superior to a black man, and there's another black man who believes that he's superior to a white man. Is it true?
To both of them, the statement would be true to them.
How about to you?
To me, I would say no, it's not true to me. But that's my definition. So I would have to be agnostic to the term.
Why is it not true?
Because that's not my belief.
Okay, now who's right and who's wrong?
Who's right and who's wrong?
Yes,
well, that depends on the actions. Hold on. The right and wrong depends on the actions.
Social. You say that the white man is not superior to the black man, and another white man says that the white man is superior to the black man. Who's right between you two?
I would say that I would have to be agnostic. I'd have to say that I don't believe there is one being true over the other.
Who is right? I didn't ask you who's true.
Who's right? I would have to say nobody's right in my opinion. I would say that nobody in this aspect. I wouldn't be able to say that one or the other is right.
That nobody is right. If one person believes that he's superior to black,
if an entire group of people believe that the color pink is pink, it doesn't mean that they're right. True can be true. Truth and right and wrong are two different things.
The color pink doesn't affect human behavior.
What I'm saying is that there are two different words that have different meanings behind them.
The color pink doesn't affect human behavior.
Yes, it does. It literally does. You should look that up. It's actually kind of cool. The colors affect human behavior by providing happiness, which allows them to
How does it affect human behavior?
It makes them happier.
That's for sure? Or is that just your definition?
No, it's scientifically proven. Colors like pink and orange, and bright colors provide people more happiness in their life. Like,
Pink doesn't make me happy.
no, not you. I'm saying majority of people. I'm not saying you. I'm saying scientifically it's proven.
By what metric?
By just metrics of like regarding
true?
people and colors.
Bro, it's been scientifically proven that white people are superior to black people?
No.
Okay, so why are you not going with the science when it comes to that? Why are you going with the science when it comes to pink?
You asked me if something was true. I said I believe it's true.
Which one supersedes, your opinion or the science?
Well, my opinion to me it supersedes everything.
So the opinion of the white supremacist supersedes science?
To him,
And that's okay with you?
he's not going to he's not going to believe science. So yeah, of course, to him, his opinion supersedes science. In his opinion, yes, to him specifically, because it's all.
So in terms of reality in the real world, who's
in the real world, he's going to take actions as if his opinion is factual, and he's going to do everything based on that, right? So the reality is, to him, it is all true.
But to him, it might be true, but in reality, he's wrong.
Sure.
That's my point.
Like I said, you can have both truth and wrong at the same time.
Listen, that's my point.
That was my point. My point is it can be true and wrong at the same time.
Listen, no, it cannot be true and wrong at the same time.
You just provided how it is.
Listen, okay? The reason why the white supremacist is not true, contrary to you saying that, is just because that's his opinion. He can't prove it. Truth must be backed by facts. Truth is not an opinion. An opinion is a belief. You understand that, right?
Truth does not have to be backed by facts.
Just because you say that something is doesn't necessarily make it so, even from your perspective, because human beings have the ability to have mental issues and suffer from some type of delusion. So that
Hey Bakanga, I am happy. Is that true or false?
the person who thinks you are happy,
I am happy. I just told you I'm happy.
prove it.
How do I prove that I'm happy?
Prove that you're happy by showing me the fruits of your happiness. Are you okay? A social fix.
I'm happy. Like I just told you I'm happy. Do you not like? How else can I show you that I'm happy?
Okay. So I can.
It's true that I'm happy, but how do I convince you that I'm happy? It's not wrong. It's true.
It's not true that you're happy because it can also be true that you're lying. Is it true that you're lying?
Then you judge truth based on your personal opinions? You judge it based. Well, then how are you judging it? I told you I'm happy. You don't believe me?
All you did was make a statement. There's no facts.
I made a true statement, though. I am happy.
But that true statement could be a lie, so it cannot be true.
How is it not true?
Prove it. Provide facts because it could be a lie.
How do I provide facts that I'm happy?
Listen. You can say you're happy.
My thing is I am truly happy. Like I am happy. So therefore, the fact that I'm happy is true. It is absolutely true. Whether there can be some kind of evidence that you need doesn't mean it's not true.
You can say that you are happy, but that doesn't make it true unless you can prove that you're happy.
How do you prove happiness?
You're lying. That's why a lie is a statement that carries no evidence.
Bakanga, how do you prove happiness?
You provide the fruits of happiness. What does a happy person do?
What is a fruit of happiness?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Are you happy that you have cancer?
No.
Are you happy that you have to go through treatment?
No.
Then the probability that you are unhappy right now is very high. Because people who have cancer are not happy. I don't know anybody who has cancer that's happy about having cancer. So you just lied to me.
Oh no, I'm not. Am I happy about cancer? No, I'm not happy that people have cancer. No.
You didn't specify, my brother.
I said I am happy.
Yes, but it's the same you who just told me you have cancer. I'm supposed to just believe that? Or is it possible that you're lying?
Of course there's a possibility that I'm lying.
Yeah,
but the fact of the matter is that it's still a true statement.
It makes logical sense that you could be lying because you have a reason to lie.
Bakanga, it doesn't make the statement not true. That's my point. It's not to make it not true. No, it doesn't. So Bakanga, you could be lying that God doesn't exist. So does that mean God exists?
Your statement contradicts.
Hold on, Bakanga. You could be lying when you say God doesn't exist. Does that mean that God must now exist, that it can also be true that God exists?
I couldn't be lying because I can back up my statement with facts. And I'm not telling you to believe me. I'm not making that
You
statement.
could be lying, Bakanga.
No.
Where's your fact that the sun doesn't exist?
Evidence. Okay, if I could be lying, give me evidence that what I said is not true.
Give me evidence that what I said is not true.
Because you have cancer, and people who have cancer are not happy for having cancer. And you said
There are lots of people who have cancer that are happy still.
Bro, I asked you a question. If you were happy that you have cancer, and you said no. You literally made two contradictory statements.
No, I didn't though. I said I am happy. You said, "Are you happy with the cancer?" I said, "No, I'm not happy with the I'm not happy with the treatment and stuff like that." Sure, but being unhappy with the treatment doesn't mean I'm unhappy in life.
I said, "Are you happy that you have cancer?"
Overall, I'm happy. Overall, I'm happy.
Oh, so now you're gonna change your statement? Overall?
I'm happy. Like if I'm talking about me personally, I am happy. I wasn't happy. Hold on, Bakanga. I wasn't happy with my lunch today because it was just a corn dog. But I'm happy that I had food. Both things are true.
And let me ask you a question. It's not true because it's possible that you didn't eat food today.
But I did eat food.
Yeah, can you prove it?
Yeah, I would be dead without eating. So therefore, I eat food. There's my proof.
A human being can go 24 hours without eating food.
Yeah, but I clearly eat food. That's my evidence. I eat food.
Yeah, well, you didn't eat food today.
Is eating food is that not evidence?
Can you provide evidence?
How is that not evidence? Bakanga, how is it not evident that I eat? So Bakanga, then that means it's not evidence because I was unhappy with my treatment. What happened earlier doesn't mean that I'm not happy right now, right? So your evidence is not evidence either then by your definition.
That you ate today.
I ate it earlier today, Bakanga, just like I had treatment earlier this last month.
Can you provide the evidence?
Can I provide evidence that I ate today?
Yes.
Sure, I can provide further evidence.
No, not further evidence because you haven't.
It's it is further evidence because me having to eat to live is a piece of evidence. It might be small, but it is still evidence, Bakanga.
That a lot of human beings can go 24 hours without eating at all.
Absolutely. That is evidence for your statement, Bakanga, but it doesn't mean that my evidence is not part.
No evidence. That invalidates your evidence because your evidence is not substantial. Give me evidence beyond.
Then your evidence is also not substantial, Bakanga, so why are you questioning me?
It is substantial.
No. Yours is not any more substantial than mine was.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. I don't think. Bakanga. By the way, I got on here just to have an argument with you because I enjoy it.
I know that. I know that.
But this is fun, and there, you got a lot of people in here now.
Who's the burden of proof on?
The burden of proof on what? For me saying I'm happy would be on me for making the statement, right?
Okay, so if you don't provide us any evidence, we should just believe you?
No, you don't have to.
Okay. That's why I said you're wrong. You're arguing with me because
that's fine. I am right though. To me, I am still right. You can say I'm wrong. That's fine. It doesn't
matter to who. You're wrong.
It does matter. It's all subjective. It depends on the individual.
Okay. If
I can find 10 people. I bet I can find 10 people who will agree with me that I ate today.
If it's subjective, why?
And then does that mean that you're wrong then because we have 10 to 1?
Say that again? I didn't hear you.
If I find 10 people that agree that I ate today, and now all 10 of us will say that I ate today, does that immediately make you wrong because you disagree?
No.
No, right? Does it make you right though?
Yes.
How are you right? Because I literally ate today.
Scientifically and logically.
Hold on, Bakanga. How can you be right? This is my point. Hold on, Bakanga. You just made my point. You made a false statement that you are claiming is right. I literally ate today. I know I ate today. I physically ate today. You said that you are right, though. You made the positive claim that you are right, and then and you believe you are right.
No,
you just proved my point, Bakanga, that you are saying you are right. Which means something can be true and wrong at the same time.
That's not necessarily what I'm talking about.
Really, what you said though. You said that you are right. That I did not eat today. You made a wrong statement, and you are right in that statement.
Yes.
I made a true statement, and it is wrong.
Let me ask you a question. How can I be right if what I'm saying is not true?
How?
Yes.
Is because it's subjective to you and your opinions.
Okay, if it's subjective to me, why are you arguing with me?
That's what I'm arguing on. I'm arguing on the subjectiveness of it.
Why are you arguing if you're saying to me that I'm wrong, right? Are you saying to me that I'm wrong?
I'm saying to you that we can all be right and true to ourselves. That we can all be true in what we believe in our own little universe that is us, the one. We can all be true, and we can also be wrong to everybody else. Like it can be true that I really like the color pink. It can be true, and I can think the color pink is beautiful, but to everybody else, it is wrong that the color pink is beautiful. It can both be true and wrong at the same time.
Didn't I ask you if you were saying that if everybody's right?
I said that it can be both.
Bro, are you saying that everybody's right?
Okay, I gotta get going. But thank you for the conversation. I gotta get going. My wife is texting me. But I really enjoyed this conversation. It was nice seeing you again, Bakanga.
Of course you enjoy because I know I irritate you slightly. So
No, you don't irritate me at all. I think I like these conversations give me joy, which is why I'm happy.
Why? Why do they give you joy?
Like the conversations with you, I maybe it's my autisticness, but I just like, I don't know. I find pleasure in arguments.
Don't blame the autism. Don't blame the
I find pleasure in arguments. That's why.
Do you argue
but you have a good night, okay?
Do you argue for no reason or you argue for a reason?
No reason in this one. There was no real reason. I just saw you on here and I wanted to talk with you and have an argument.
So social fees, you took on up here literally just to waste my time?
Absolutely, and thank you. I enjoyed it.
So would it be bad if I don't bring you up next time?
Please don't do that to me.
No, because why would I want?
I mean, I subscribed to you and paid for as long as it would let me until it cut me off.
Social things. Logically, why should I let you waste my time?
It's your decision. It's subjective.
Okay, so I'm telling you that if you post to me right now that you came up here just to waste my time, I will never add you again.
Well, I hope to see you again, Bakanga.
No,
you have a great night.
To be fair, check this out. I will never.
Hi, Bakanga. Nice to see you.
Yeah, thank you for your time. Fix. That guy's been following me since the beginning. But that ends today. What's up, man?
Hey, brother, I wanted to, yeah, he really did waste your time, man.
No, I know that, but I had to know for sure because he's been following me for a long time. So I wanted to know where his true intent was. And if I had not entertained him the whole way, he wouldn't have told me the truth. But he did tell me the truth. So that's the end of that friendship.
But what caught my attention was the question that's posted on your bulletin, and it says, which God is the true God?
You have 2 minutes, brother. Tell me who is the true God.
I believe that the true God is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Why is it not Jesus?
Because Jesus was created by Allah.
Were you there?
Of course I wasn't there.
But the Bible says that Jesus is the one who created everything, that he himself was not created.
So the Bible said that Jesus created everything, right? But
Yeah.
the Bible was written before Jesus was even created.
They say that it's prophecy. So my question to you is, they say it's prophecy.
The Bible was written before Jesus was even created.
Hold on, are you talking about the New Testament or Old Testament?
I'm talking about period. I'm talking about there was people on the earth that walked the face of the earth before Jesus walked the face of the earth.
But Jesus did not begin his time when he started working the face of the earth. That was an incarnation. An incarnation means you take a specific form. So the Bible says Allah took the form of a man because Allah is all powerful and Allah can do it. Are you saying that Allah cannot do what he wants to do?
Allah can do what he wants to do.
So
but
the Christians are saying that Allah decided to become
the Bible says that though. The Quran doesn't say that.
I know. So somebody's lying. One of you guys is lying.
So now, like you was talking about truth and facts, and we know that Allah, the creator, created science.
No, we don't know that.
Yes, we know that.
No, because okay, what was Allah before He created science?
Because you know that you're breathing right now. You know that you're existing.
How
You know
how
that you can think.
how did
So
Allah do
that
things
means
before
you're
He created
submitting.
science?
You're submitting right now because you're doing these things.
Doing what?
The question that you're asking, you know the answer to the question. You know the creator exists.
Of
And you
course, I know
know
the
that
answer.
Jesus is not God, brother. Come on, stop playing, man.
Of course, I know the answer. I know that there's no God that's real, right? I know that all the gods are false. But I'm just taking a step down from my throne of logic and facts and reality to step into the world of cuckoo gaga where religious people live. So I'm asking you, religious people, if you're so sure that there is a God, which one is the true God? Because you are all making different, you're claiming different gods to have
Okay,
created the world, and all your accounts are contradicting. So which one
so
is the true God?
let's roll with you for a second. Bakanga, let's roll with you for a second. You say there's no God, period. Let's roll with you for a second. There's no true God.
Okay.
So where do you come from?
I come from right here.
You come from right there.
Yup. You got a problem with that?
You come from right there.
Right here, right now.
Just boom, just boom, just boom in the air. You was created.
Boom. Chaka boom. You got a
Man,
problem with that?
you way more intelligent than that, brother. I didn't listen to you talk.
My brother music. My brother music.
I listened to you talk, brother. You very intelligent, man.
My
Don't
brother.
do that.
Now, I'm going to ask you a fair question. Do you really have a problem with me being from right here and right now?
I don't have a problem with you being for. I want you to be. You say logic, bro. You said you wanted to. We know that the logic is the best mathematics.
Listen.
That's not even logical what you're
Listen.
saying, brother.
Listen. It's
not even
100%
logical.
logical. It's 100% logical. Let me tell you why. A person who is from nowhere is always from right here.
Hey, man, I want you to read the comments too while we talking like I'm talking to you. You can read the comments too. You can read the comments what people saying too.
Hold up, music. Hold up. Did you hear what I lastly said?
Repeat it.
A person who is from nowhere is always from right here. So you can only know that person if that person is present. But if that person is from nowhere and from nothing and they're not present, they don't exist. You can only confirm such an existence if they're present. So yes, I come from right here. Now let me ask you a question. Where does Allah come from?
Allah don't come from anything.
Where is Allah right now?
I don't know where Allah is. Allah,
Hold up now.
it's impossible to know that.
Music. You don't know where Allah is, right?
I don't know where you at.
Bro, at least you know that I'm somewhere on planet Earth.
I don't know where you at.
Is it possible that I'm on Mars right now?
You could be a bot I'm talking to. You could be a robot I'm talking to. You could be artificial intelligence.
Bro, you know any butt that gets on the internet
So,
and whole TikTok.
I want you to see the logic.
Hold up, bro. Hold up, bro. I'm telling you, I'm gonna split your logic up into half. You know any butt that gets on TikTok and double records their show and can have a coherent conversation with you the way I'm doing. Do you know any butt that can do that?
Yes.
What's the name of that butt, bro? I gotta look that shit up.
Yes. Say, man, let me tell you something.
Bro,
Man create computers that make computers, bro. That ain't nothing but apps, bro. People make that every day, bro.
Music.
The world is so fast, bro. Japan is doing so much. That's why TikTok allow you can do anything on TikTok like
music,
like,
bro. Let's not ramble on, okay?
anything.
Because you're not
What
trying
are
to
you
waste my
talking
time
about?
like the other guests, right? You're not trying to waste my time, right? Music.
Why am I wasting your time? Every question
so
you
please
ask me,
answer my
I
question.
answer.
So answer my question. What is the name of that bot that you spoke to that possesses the same level of intelligence and dexterity and flexibility and the ability to communicate with you as realistically, visually, and audioly the way I'm doing right now? What's the name of that bot? Because if you're lying, if you had to lie to make your point, bro,
Bro,
that
you want
the entire premise.
You argumentative, man. You very argumentative, man.
Bro, so I'm argumentative because you can't answer my question?
You arguing. You saying something that I didn't say. So
Bro, you said to me that I could be a bot, right?
I said you could be. I said I don't know if you is.
What is
I'm
the
not saying
logic?
I talked to a
Bro,
bot. I
what
said you
experience?
could
What
be.
experience did you have that made you come to that
I
conclusion?
never had no experience with no bot. I just said you could be.
So
what
you're
are
just
you
making
talking
it up?
about?
So you're just making it up.
Which God is the true God, bro? That's it. That's what you got up there. We're not talking about robots.
Bro, there is no way that I could be a bot. It's impossible.
We're not talking about robots, man. We're talking about which God is the true God. That's
It's
what you got up there.
impossible. It's impossible that I
That's
could
what
be
you
a
have
bot
up there,
right now.
man.
It's
Which God is
impossible.
the true God? Not a robot. We're not talking about no robots.
Music, it's impossible that
I'm
I
not
could
up
be a
here for
bot.
robots, man. I'm up here to prove to you that Allah is the true God.
Music, it's
I'm
impossible
up here
that I
to
could
prove
be a
to you that
bot.
Allah is the true God.
It's
I'm not talking about
impossible
robots.
that I
I'm
could
not
be a
talking
bot.
about spaceships. I'm not talking about cars.
It's
I'm not talking about
impossible that I
money.
could be a
I'm
bot.
not talking about women. I'm talking about which God is the true
It's
God.
impossible, bro,
Allah.
that I could be a bot. Do you agree with me?
I'm talking about Allah, the
Bro,
true God.
do you agree with me
I'm
that
talking
right
about
here, right
Allah,
now?
the true God, brother.
Bro,
Allah
do
is
you
the
agree
true
with me
God,
right
brother.
here, right now, that it's impossible that I could be a bot right now, based on
I'm
what
talking
you
about
know
Allah,
in
the
this
true
moment?
God, man. You want to take the conversation over and argue, man.
Thank
Let's
you for
talk
your
about the
time,
topic,
okay, bro?
man.
Thank
Which
you for
God
your
is the
time,
true
okay?
God?
Thank you for your time, okay, bro?
I appreciate you, man.
All right, next guest.
But I come smash you on your own show, homie.
Bro, you ain't smashed nothing
Because
but
you're
proof
not
that you don't even
intelligent,
know
bro.
what a bot is,
You're not
bro.
intelligent. You don't have no facts. You don't have no logic.
Yeah, I
no
got more
nothing,
facts
bro.
than a man who
And you
thinks he's
don't
talking
know
to
how
a
to
bot
talk.
right now.